Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you Monday, April the 13th, the year 2020. Let's talk trading. You are either in or out. You're probably wondering what I mean. What I mean is you're either in a trade or you're out of a trade. So when you crank up your trading platform, if you haven't held overnight, you're flat. You're out. You're out of all your trades. And then you look at your chart and you see all the indicators. Maybe you have something that tells you when to trade. And you click the mouse. Now you're in. You're in a trade. Well, as we've stated before, the reason you get in a trade has nothing to do with the outcome of the trade. So once you're in the trade, you might as well switch over to a screen that just basically shows your P and L. A lot of times people say don't look at the P&L, trade the chart, trade what you see. But the reality is that you better keep your eye on that P&L because you don't want it to go red or too much red. We've talked about that before. Now, boys and girls and non-binary traders, you all know these videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. Trading is extremely risky. You can lose all of your money. If you need trading, investment, or financial advice, seek the advice of an accredited financial professional. Okay? And as I always state, you don't want to lose any more on any one particular trade than you're willing to lose. That's your risk management. And so, right now, I'm out of trade because I'm done right now. I'm not in a trade at all. You can see here the gap trades are all done. They all filled. And the euro for the week is definitely heading to the south here. And you can see for the day, week, month, and year, it's been going down. Right now we're 29 pips below the open. And you notice we did dip outside of the range of the opening range here, the first day of the month. You see here at the 0902, it came all the way down to 89.2. So there was about 10 pips to be made taking that short inside bar. Once again, we dipped down in here to the below 109.01 or call it '02, and then you can see we have come back up a few pips. So once again, that inside bar horizontal trade paid off, and remember, lots of inside bar possibilities. As far as range over 100, things are slowing down slightly. We've got 5, 10, 11 pairs over 100, and with the euro clocking in at 75. And you can see we've created an outside bar, but Friday was such a small one. We created an outside bar, higher high and lower low. We actually hit the missed pivot here to the south, and rats right here enjoying some cheese at the moment. They had a few times to munch away on cheese. In fact, I think I munched right around this area, right in here. I got some. And we were still looking to get that weekly pivot here. S3, 108.85. Didn't quite get there, got near, but not quite there. So we didn't get that weekly missed pivot. Actually, this is today's or this week's pivot. We came close, but not quite. And if we look to the daily, you can see here, we almost took out a missed pivot right here. And just in and out of this wick zone all day long. And looking at the wall mall method here, let's expand the chart. You can see here we just had a trigger at 20, and it's moving slightly to the upside. And then if you want to scrunch the chart, you can see here there was a buy there, multiple buys there, there was a sell there, and some buys. So once again, it's not too difficult to see. Just sit here and just trade some horizontal lines and pick up a couple of pips. In fact, I was trading with Walmart, and I think he told me he took something like 19 trades today, lost one, and was up somewhere around 35, 40 pips for the day. So it's been proven that you can make money off of these simple methods here. Price action, 3-ball at the bottom, pro trade green at the line. Here, 3-ball at the top, a pro trade red at the line. What more can I say? I show you these things day after day. What do we got on this chart here? Oh, we just have sweet spot lines with the current and previous daily open, high, low, and close. Some inside bars marked here. You can see there was a nice short off of that inside bar. And once again, there was a short here. And on the frequency range or frequency distribution for each hour of the day, right now we're looking at high minus previous high. And you can see here, this is definitely not a good hour to trade that. But I can put this back to our normal show high minus low, which is the range. I just realized something I didn't put in this indicator. I should put in a my note so you can put a notation down here, make a note to yourself. I'll have to remember to do that. But here, high minus low greater than 3. I think we need a little bit more. I believe we were using, is it 15 or 13? I think we were using 13 before. So you can see here, this looks still a lot of green here. And then you can always just up it to see. Maybe, I think we said try 15. And still a lot of green. So the high minus low greater than 15, you can see that. And then here, where you got 1, 2, 3, 4, the last 4 hours, each one was 15 or greater. So far this hour's probably not going to hit it, but you never know. So, fellow traders, you just have to keep in mind, you're in a trade, you get in a trade. Once you're in that trade, now you just have to manage the money, because you can look at the chart and look at all the patterns you want, look at all the horizontal lines and squiggly lines, but none of that really is going to do anything to affect the outcome of your trade. I mean, you could be up 2 pips, and next thing you know, in the blink of an eye, you could be down 3. Or you could be down 3 pips, and in the blink of an eye, you could be up 10. So once you're in the trade, you need to focus on what's important. And what's important is making and taking profit. Because if you don't take it, chances are the market's going to take it back. So always remember and never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So I want you to get out there and drain the banks. And I just want to say a couple other things here. I have a few moments. If you guys need help with an indicator, either something I wrote or something I didn't write, something's not working, please, when you send an email to me, take a screenshot of the chart, that you're looking at. And I don't just mean a little snippet. I want the whole chart because there might be something that you don't think's important, but it'll help me figure it out, okay? Because if you just send me something and say it's not working, I don't have a clue what you mean, okay? So you got to send me the chart, even if it's a blank chart. You say, well, I dragged the indicator on here and this is what I get. Nothing. Send me that. Then I can say, okay, well, let's see. Um, maybe I ask you to look somewhere else or something. So that's really important. The other thing, as far as you guys, if you need indicator mods or indicators built, once again, feel free to ask. But, you know, if I don't build it, it's nothing personal. It's just I don't think I can see any value in it. But, I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, like I modified the one indicator, for because the guy wanted to see older wall mall zones like I just showed you. And I guess, it's kind of a good teaching tool because I can then show you on the screen what happened, a couple of hours ago. Even though you can't trade it, but you could see it, then maybe it gives you the confidence to pull the trigger to get into a trade. But as I mentioned, if I don't do it, it's nothing personal. And also, you can't pay me to code you an indicator. I don't code for money. Okay. If I code an indicator for you, I'm just going to give it to you. And if you can feel free to make a donation for whatever you think it's worth, but most people aren't going to pay me what it's really worth to code them an indicator. But I know that, programmers charge a lot of money and some of you guys don't have a lot of money. Um, so if you make an indicator request, just remember, if I if I think it's valuable or something or interesting or a challenge, I'll code it and I'll send it to you. And then if you want to make a donation, that's fine. But I'm not a coder for hire. Okay. No, I'm not. I'm not in the business to do that. And on that note, I am not in the indicator business per se. Yes, I have indicators that I send out if you send a donation, but I am not set up to do indicator business. I don't have a 24-hour hotline. I don't have a website. I don't have where you put it in and click a button and you get an automatic download or automatic. No, I do everything by hand. Why? Because I don't want an indicator business. I was joking with Walmart and a couple other people the other day. It's like, man, if I would have just wanted, if I just done indicators, you know, I it'd be a whole different thing. But then I would have no time to trade if I did indicators because people need a lot of help and they need documenting and blah blah blah. And I'm trying to think, was there any other thing I wanted to tell you guys about as far as trading goes? Yeah, you guys know how to contact me. At least you should, because it's right here on the front screen. Um, you know, that's how you contact me. Yes, I do Twitter, but I just send things out on Twitter because that's what I guess traders are supposed to do. But I hardly ever check my Twitter account. It's just on the YouTube thing. I hit the Twitter icon, then I go over here and hit tweet, and it puts the video out there. So Twitter's not a good place to, and I don't even know if I have an Instagram account. I don't even really know what's the point of Instagram. And then what's the other one? Pinterest. I've got a Pinterest account, but I just pop them out there, but I don't really check that either. But I am easy to get a hold of. Um, Trying to think. I think that's about it. So hopefully that brings everybody up to speed. Like I said, come down here, click on subscribe, click like. Somebody says I need more viewers. So yes, click the copy button and go share it on other trading forums. Just beware. If they see this little skull, it scares them and they might ban you from the forum. So anyway, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So get out there and drain the banks. And thank you, traders, boys and girls, and non binaries.